Your environment really matters a lot. Get around people who push you. If your circle is full of excuses, you then live in excuses. If your circle is full of execution, it then forces you to execute.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Big D Podcast. This is episode number 49. Today we're going to talk about stop negotiating with weakness and build the mental edge to lead. I'm your host, Dan Sikowski, and I know that if you've been tuned into me, you know exactly what this show's all about, and we really appreciate all of you plugging in. Our focus is wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. So wealth is all about building financial power and sustainable success. Freedom is about taking control of your time, your future, and your choices. And relentless execution is all about taking massive action, overcoming obstacles, and getting things done without any excuses. Before we dive in here, can you guys do me a favor? Hit that subscribe button right now on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're tuning in right now. Leave a review, leave a comment. This is how we grow the movement, by you sharing what you feel, what you see, what you take away from the episode, by you liking and getting the channel out there. 75+% of you guys who are tuned into the Big D Podcast aren't even subscribed. And I want to remind you now about November 6th. This event's coming quick, a little bit over a month away. The blueprint for your business is here. The 7-figure Blueprint Syndicate is going to be live in New Jersey. Myself, Abdel, Sam, and Bedros Koulian, which is coming in from California, we're going to give you the raw, real truth and blueprint how to build your business to the next level. It's not a pep talk. It's not anything that's going to be just fluff. What it is, it's tactical. We're going to show you exactly how to scale without killing yourself, lock in discipline, and stop being a glorified employee, and how to go to the CEO. These tickets are selling out fast. You need to DM me today so we can lock in your seat. So, talking about what we're doing here is understanding the truth that every time you skip a follow-up, every time you cut a corner, every time you let yourself off the hook, what you're doing is you're negotiating with weakness. And what weakness does is it whispers in your ear. You've worked hard enough today. You deserve a break. Just do it tomorrow. And when you start negotiating with things in your day-to-day routine, in your business, in your life, in your relationship, the weakness is always going to win. The problem is you think these little negotiations don't matter. You think skipping a workout, a sales call, a tough conversation is not a big deal. But the reality is that if I can tell you the truth, these negotiations, they stack up over time. And before you know it, you built yourself a habit of weakness instead of a habit of strength. Understand that the cost of negotiating your weakness has many different forms. The first thing is you lose respect. What do I mean? Well, your team sees it, your family sees it. They say one thing and you do another. You say one thing and you do another. And nothing destroys leadership faster than inconsistency and not following through with your word. The second thing that I feel is that you stay stuck in this place. You know where that place is. Some of you are stuck there right now. Weakness keeps you small. It convinces you not to raise your prices, not to invest in help, not to take this shot, not to go a little bit further. And what does this do for you? It just keeps you back. It keeps you stuck. And the next thing is it destroys the trust in yourself. Every time you break your own word, you lower your own belief in yourself. Believe it or not, this is what happens. I've watched business owners kill their momentum because they keep making deals with weakness. They don't call it how it is. They call it for what they want to feel in the moment. They call it for what they feel like they're going to do just so they can close a deal. Whatever it is, they're not leading the right way in their business. And maybe sometimes they'll use the excuse saying, I was tired. I just wanted to get the deal done. Or I worked so long on this deal, I just wanted to close it. Or they were being careful, or they were being realistic, whatever they're trying to tell themselves. But the reality is, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, is that that's weakness. When you start making excuses for why you're doing things the way you're doing, when you know that you shouldn't be doing them that way. And if you keep negotiating with it, your life is always going to be smaller than it should be. And this isn't a place that you want to be in. Listen, I speak of everything from experience. I've been there. I understand what I'm talking about right now. I've went through these motions. I've lied, I've cheated, I've stolen, I've fallen short many times and more times than I can count. I've shown up the wrong way in relationships. I've failed my family at times. Am I proud of it? No. But am I earning up to it? Yes, because that's what I've done. You know, you've got to own it. You've got to earn up to the fact that, like, you fell short. That's a weakness. That's something that you have to work on, something you need to change. And for years, I negotiated with a weaker version of myself, and I told myself, I'll change tomorrow, next time, whatever it was. And whatever I did, it wasn't a big deal. I convinced myself that it wasn't a big deal, but every time I cut a corner, or I cut the deal, or I was doing whatever I wasn't supposed to be doing, what I was doing is I was selling off pieces of my future that were destroying everything right in front of me. The turning point for me was when I decided to stop making excuses. I stopped negotiating with the weaker Dan. I started executing like the man I wanted to be. That's when my business scaled. That's when my relationships got stronger. That's when I started hanging out and spending time with better people. You're never going to hang out with a better version of yourself until you become that better version of yourself. You're never going to surround yourself with people who are going higher until you start getting yourself in a position to go higher. This is when my kids started looking at me differently, with pride, being happy, being excited about this father that they were starting to see, starting to develop, that was around, that was following through what he said he did. But I'm going to tell you something. Weakness still shows up every single day. But what I don't do is I don't give it a seat at the table anymore. So understand that there's framework here that you have to have in line and in order so that you can have the strength to stop negotiating. So if you're ready to stop negotiating with those weaknesses in your life, this is what you need to do. Number one, you need to call it out by name. Stop pretending like when you hit the snooze button. Stop hitting the snooze button. When you skip the gym. When you avoid a sales phone call. When you avoid a hard conversation. Call it what it is, but that's weakness. And naming it is going to kill its power. By telling yourself out loud what you've done and how you've allowed weakness to win, and you're not going to allow it to win again, is calling yourself out and allows you to start to change because of recognition of what you're doing. You need to build one non-negotiable daily discipline that you're going to stick to. That's discipline, something that you're going to discipline yourself, not something you're going to try. You're going to discipline yourself to make the changes, be the change, so that no matter what it is, you commit to it and you stay strong. Pick one thing that's going to make you stronger and commit to it no matter how long it takes, no matter what. It could be 5 sales phone calls a day. It could be an extra 30 minutes in a gym. It could be waking up a half an hour earlier. It could be journaling every night. It could be a variety of things. Pick one thing that will help you advance, become better, pull some of the weakness out of you. Replace your excuses with execution. If you start to replace your excuses with execution, you're going to be able to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do this now. I'm not going to tell myself I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm not moving forward. You're going to flip it. There's no more I'll do it tomorrow, someday, whatever. That stuff's not going to be said anymore. You're going to execute right and now. And by doing it now, your action is going to be able to kill your weakness. You need to surround yourself with men or women who don't tolerate weakness. Find yourself a circle. If you're a man, find yourself a group of men or one man who's going to keep you accountable. If you're a woman, do the same. Not the opposite, not a man finding a woman, not a woman finding a man, not your spouse, significant other, boyfriend, none of that. Find someone who you can hold accountable and who will hold you accountable, that you guys are going to grow together and that they're not going to tolerate your bullshit and you're not going to tolerate their bullshit. Make that commitment. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. We have Joe and Micah here from Ability Tree. Joe, why don't you share with us what you do at Ability Tree?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Dan. So we come alongside families impacted by disability by providing rest, recreation, education, support, and training, basically bringing families impacted by disability out of isolation into community.
Awesome. Hey guys, after this video, you're going to see a link in the caption. Make sure you check out Ability Tree and check out his mission here with Micah. Awesome. Your environment really matters a lot. Get around people who push you. If your circle is full of excuses, you then live in excuses. If your circle is full of execution, it then forces you to execute. So think about some of these people. Think about Jeff Bezos, okay? The day one mentality. Bezos built Amazon with a mindset that always from day one, he had no comfort, no coaching, but he was disciplined and then built $1 trillion company. So he understood what he was going after. He continued to execute. He didn't put things off, and he knew what he was going after. And he wasn't going to allow weakness to step in and destroy it. A foreman I knew in construction, guy I knew very, very well. He used to drink 4 to 5 nights a week. I used to talk to him all the time. He felt like shit in the morning, and like that's what he did when he went home. And what started happening was, as he would have new crews or new guys coming on the crew or whatever it was, they'd go to the bar after work. Now you got 2 guys there, now you got 3 guys there, now you got 4 guys there. Now this crew's not performing like some of the other crews that were, with this company. Productivity was such a mess. Consistency was a mess. The only thing that they were consistent on was getting to the bar at 4:30 every single day, making sure that they were in their seats. They had assigned seats. Some of the bars they went to, they had cups that were designated to them. He decided to quit drinking during the week, and their crew stopped with him. Within months, his crew leveled up, jobs started finishing faster, his profits went up, and he started feeling a lot better, and he wasn't dragging and literally sleeping through the weekends because he was draining himself out through the entire week. A real estate agent in New Jersey that I worked with and I was very close with, for years he avoided prospecting calls. He negotiated every single day with his weakness that he didn't want to do these calls. Once he committed to doing 25 calls a day, his income literally doubled in 6 months. You have to do the things that you don't want to do, because oftentimes the things that you don't want to do are going to be the most productive for you. Nothing about getting in the trenches and doing the work is sexy, but the results are sexy. But being comfortable, being weak, and not executing will never get you to a place where you're enjoying a sexy life, a great life, and feeling super good about yourself because you're executing at a high level. Listen, there's proof everywhere. Stop cutting deals with weakness. Your entire life shifts when you become non-negotiable. The truth is that weak men continue and will continue even after hearing this episode with the weakness, but strong men are going to execute. Somebody's going to hear this message and they're going to be done putting off the bullshit. They're going to be like, he was talking about me. Listen, I was this person. Every single one of us has been in a place where we were weak at one point, where we were putting things off at one point, where we weren't executing at one point. And if you're stuck there right now, you need to stop negotiating with it. Why? Well, your family's watching, your team's watching, your kids are watching, and they don't want to hear your excuses anymore. What they need to see is they need to see your example. They need to start seeing you leading, being the man that you're supposed to be, showing up the way that you're supposed to be. So this week, I want you to find one area where maybe you've been negotiating with weakness. Write it down and kill it. Replace it with something of strength. How can you do better in that area? How can you eliminate that? How can you transfer that into something that's going to be productive? Figure out one thing that's holding you back, one thing that's literally capturing you and making you weak, and strive every single day to replace that with something better, something productive, something that you're going to feel good about at the end of the day, not something that you're going to moan or cry about because it didn't get done because you put it off. So, hey guys, listen, if you're stuck in a place right now where you just don't know where to go, you don't know where to turn, check out my website, dansikowski.com/blueprint. dansikowski.com/blueprint. The link will be here in this caption. 7 days, a 7-day blueprint, how to get unstuck. Short video every day, get sent to your inbox. Just a little reminder, day 1 gets you going, day 2 keeps you going, and by day 7, you're going to be up and rolling. You're going to get out of that place where you are right now. Check that out. It's free. I put this all together for all my viewers and every single person who's connected here with Big D. Also, if you're looking for coaching, if you want to be like some of these examples I talked about, growing, leveling up, hit me up, dansikowski.com. I got room for a few more coaching clients. I can help you grow and scale. I can help you become better and a better version of yourself and a bigger and better version of your business by implementing the things that you're missing right now. Contractors. If you're a contractor, you're in real estate, you're flipping homes, whatever it is, stop being a glorified employee. I can show you how to go from the employee to the CEO, how to own, not run. Check out bigdcoaching.com and everything is there laid out. There's some questions you have to answer. After you answer the questions, we'll jump on a call together and we'll see if I can actually help you grow. Also, check out intrepidusmovement.com. That's another podcast that I'm a co-host on. Me and my partner, Anthony. We bring on business owners. We talk about fear, the inception of business, all the things through business, what keeps you up at night. There's going to be one episode there that will really resonate with you. We're at like 60 episodes now, so there's got to be one there. Read the title, see who it is, see what episode can help you. Our whole goal is just to utilize these stories to help someone else get unstuck, be their absolute best. And I also want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Life Out There Apparel. Mark, great friend of mine, has a launch every single month. He really puts a lot of heart behind everything he does. He builds his business with purpose and passion. Mark is a friend of mine. He's been with me since the beginning, and I really, really respect him. Check out what he's doing at lifeoutthereapparel.com. Use code BIGD10 for a discount and really support Mark and his mission. And I'm telling you right now, if you really dig deep and see what he's doing, you'll really enjoy it. He's an incredible individual doing something incredible with his clothing line. Check out Proud Father Apparel, proudfatherapparel.com. These guys' mission's incredible for proud dads who are actually out there doing what they got to do, not weak men, real fathers who are out there supporting, doing what they have to do for their kids. I'm super, super humbled to be a part of these guys' mission. Proudfatherapparel.com. Use code BIGD15 for a discount. Next, we have GetWabam.com. GetWabam is a product line where you got car detailing, motorcycle detailing, boat detailing, all your detailing products, everything that you need. I've tried so many different products on the market. And once I tried these products, I literally reached out to them. I said, guys, listen, what you're doing is unbelievable. Your products have been the best thing I've ever touched in the marketplace. Send me everything that you got. I would really like to use everything. I've used a couple things. And if I really enjoy it and I really love it, I would heavily promote you guys on my podcast. And that's exactly what they did. They sent me everything. I was able to try everything. They got this Slick, which is a ceramic coat detailer. It's an amazing product. They also have the air freshener. I love this air freshener. It's in all my cars. Shine protective coating. They also have this over here, which is the interior cleaner. I love the interior cleaner. No matter how old any of my vehicles are, I spray that interior cleaner. Everything looks brand new, looks amazing. And one of my best products I start with here is the Next Gen Detailer, cleaning everything up. And they also have these here, these hand and surface wipes. So check out Wabam. It's getwabam.com and use code BIGD10 for a discount. And last here, guys, I want to talk about Ability Tree. AbilityTree.org. I'm wearing a shirt right here. Make Jesus accessible. This is an Ability Tree t-shirt. You saw the clip here somewhere in the middle of the episode. Talks about their mission. 1 in 4 families is impacted by disability. Pastor Joe and Ability Tree have went out there over the last 20 plus years with Micah. He's been able to experience this personally. Now he's taking it to other families to see how they can impact families and help families. We ask you guys, listen, whatever you could do, whether it's $1, whether it's $30, whether it's $50, whatever you can give. It could be one time, it could be $1 a month, it could be $1 a year. I don't care. Anything will help the mission. They say $40 helps one family. So you don't have to help one family every month. You don't have to help one family every year. You can help one family one time. So the cup of a soda or the cup of a coffee price every single day is about $40 for a month's time. Help Ability Tree. Check out abilitytree.org, or you can shop for some merch, some of the clothing that I wear on my podcast here at shopabilitytree.org. Take a look at what they're doing. I do not have a discount code for them, guys, because they are a nonprofit and we're looking to help the nonprofit grow any which way we can. So it wouldn't be fair to offer a discount code, especially when all of their stuff goes to impacted families and what they're doing. So check out abilitytree.org and really, really give them your support. And don't forget, guys, November 6th, 7-Figure Blueprint Syndicate, myself, Abdel, Sam, and Bedros Koulian coming in from California. 1 room, 1 night, 1 mission. Make sure you DM me or message me or get a hold of me any way you can so I can send you the link and you can secure your spot. This is an invite-only event. Tickets are selling out quick. I want to make sure you're there. Finally, guys, if you're not subscribed, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like, make sure you share. If you've gotten any value out of this episode or any other episodes, leave a comment. This is how we continue to grow together, and I really appreciate all of your support, all of you who tune into the Big D podcast and share it with other people, who messaged me talking about how the episode impacted you. I really appreciate that. So the Big D Podcast, we're all about wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. And I'm going to see you at the top. Keep going, and I'll see you soon.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D. Started from the bottom, had a vision so clear. Building empires from the sweat and the tears. Serial entrepreneur, that's the brand I wear. In the game for the long haul, I'm always prepared. From the business to the podcast, always making moves. Every step calculated, never losing the groove. Study the greats, now I'm making my own rules. Success in my blood, ain't no way I'll lose. I got systems, got strategies, laid out the plan. Built a dynamic lifestyle, that's the Big D brand. Raised a family on vision, now I take a stand. Roadmap to success, it's in the palm of my hand. We're relentless execution, we don't ever